Jessie Buckley, the acclaimed actress known for her powerful performances on stage and screen, has openly shared that she spent much of her life feeling deeply afraid of love. This fear, she explains, stemmed from the overwhelming and unpredictable nature of true emotional connection. For years, the idea of letting someone in completely felt terrifying, almost paralyzing, because it meant vulnerability on a level she wasn't always prepared to face. It wasn't until she met and eventually married her husband, Freddie Sorensen, that she began to truly understand what love could mean for her personally, not as an abstract romantic notion, but as something real, layered, and worth nurturing over time. At 36, Buckley has achieved significant recognition in her career, including earning her first Oscar nomination for Best Actress in a leading role for her work in a poignant historical drama. Yet, despite the professional highs, her personal journey toward love and commitment took longer and required more introspection than many might assume. She and Freddie, who is 47 and works in the mental health field after earlier roles as a producer, including time collaborating on major television talent shows, tied the knot in a private, intimate ceremony at their home in Norfolk, England in 2023. The wedding reflected their personalities, simple, heartfelt, and filled with personal touches that made the day uniquely theirs. The couple now shares parenthood with a young daughter, born last year, adding a new dimension to their lives together. Buckley has described motherhood as transformative in the most profound ways. Everything shifts when a child enters the picture. Your sense of self, your relationship with your partner, and even how you interact with the broader world. She speaks of this period with genuine warmth, noting how intense yet beautiful it feels to watch a tiny human develop their own personality. There's a visible life force in her daughter, a spark of determination and curiosity that mirrors Buckley's own passion for life. She hopes her child grows up embracing existence with the same enthusiasm she does, finding joy in the everyday and pursuing what lights her up inside. Buckley has emphasized that love, in her experience, isn't something that arrives fully formed or instantly perfect. She believes in the concept of love at first sight, but she qualifies it carefully. That initial spark or magnetism might feel electric, but it rarely stays in that simplistic, projected form. Instead, real love evolves. It cooks slowly like a carefully prepared meal rather than something thrown together in haste. It requires time, openness, and a willingness to let it transform into something complex and multifaceted. Where you are in your own life at that moment plays a huge role. How ready you are to receive and give love shapes what it ultimately becomes. This perspective comes after years of keeping her romantic life relatively private. Buckley rarely discusses her relationships in detail publicly, preferring to let her work speak for itself. However, she has shared glimpses of her wedding in interviews, painting a picture of a joyful, low-key celebration. The event included favorites like a keg of Guinness and cheese toasties served at just the right moment. Small details that brought comfort and familiarity to what could have been an overwhelming day. Friends from favorite local spots in London even contributed to the food, tying the occasion back to meaningful shared memories from their early dating days when they frequented cozy cafes together. The couple first connected through a blind date arranged by a mutual friend, someone Buckley had worked with during a breakthrough film project that helped launch her into wider recognition. Their meeting felt natural, unforced, and grew steadily from there. They split their time between East London and their home in Norfolk, a place that won them over after initially considering nearby Suffolk due to fond associations with falling in love. Norfolk offered a sense of peace and space that suited their lifestyle, allowing them to build a life that balances the demands of her acting career with the quieter joys of family and home. Before Freddie, Buckley experienced a significant relationship that ended in 2017 after a couple of years together. She has described that breakup as difficult and somewhat contentious at the time, though she maintains respect for her former partner and notes they remain on good terms as friends. Relationships in the public eye or under the pressures of demanding careers can be challenging, she acknowledges, but she speaks diplomatically about the past, focusing instead on the growth it brought her. Now, with Freddie, she has found a partnership that feels solid and supportive. He is someone she openly calls gorgeous, not just in appearance but in character. Their life together includes raising their daughter, navigating the joys and exhaustion of new parenthood, and continuing to explore what makes them both feel alive. Buckley's reflections on love reveal a woman who has done the inner work to move past fear, embracing the complexity of connection rather than shying away from it. She understands that love isn't always easy or predictable, but when it's real, it's worth every moment of uncertainty that comes before.